Today we're doing another installment of Am I in the Wrong? Featuring the husband versus wife perspective. We've done this now for a few weeks. These videos get a lot of comments and we read them all, so feel free to comment after you hear this video, your thought, your perspective. Are we wrong? Or is she wrong and my right? Or are we both wrong?
Or you just have a different viewpoint than what we do.
You never know.
Sometimes nobody's wrong.
I'm never wrong.
Oh gosh.
On Tuesdays. So, the title of this, keeping it clean.
Okay.
It is, Am I in the Wrong for Making a Single Mom Spend Her Weekend in Jail?
Okay.
Okay. It's very hot here in the South. On Friday, I come home from work and there's kids in my pool. I don't have kids. The pool is only accessible through my house because there is a 6-foot stone wall. The cops come and remove the 5 children and their mother. Crazy stuff. I end up pressing charges on the mom for breaking and entering, trespassing, and all of that. The grandmother approaches me as I'm leaving for work this morning and is mad that her daughter has spent all weekend in jail and coming up with bail is an issue. I told her because of her daughter, I spent hundreds over the weekend on a new security system and cameras, so I don't really feel sorry for her. Her daughter is a single mom who doesn't have air conditioning, and she needed to do something with the kids because the public pool was at full capacity on Friday, and everyone was miserable. I brushed the grandma off and said, my house isn't a public pool, and the grandma is like, it's not fair to single moms out there, and now all kids are staying with her because their mom is in jail, and finding bail is hard. I told the granny to leave, or I'm calling the cops on her too, and I'm not removing the charges I pressed on the single mom for breaking into my home. I said we have a stand your ground law here, and I feel like the mom got off lucky for being in jail. Stand your ground law could have gone very bad for the mother. The grandma acted like I was now threatening her, and she left. I had to run by the police station to make another report on the granny and was late to work. One of my co-workers overheard me talking to my boss and said, it's hot out and some people don't live in luxury like you do, and I might have put kids in the system. My co-worker said she was a foster child, and I said maybe the mom shouldn't have acted like a criminal and she wouldn't be in jail right now. My co-worker called me a meanie for picking on single moms, but I feel like this was proper action on my part for breaking into my property. Am I the meanie? Am I in the wrong? Or is this the Twilight Zone right now?
Well, okay, so first, I feel like I don't have enough information because I don't feel like there's been enough context that has been given. So first, were these neighbors? Are grandma the neighbors? Is the single mom the neighbor? Like who? How did these people know that there was a pool beyond the
6-foot stone wall?
So that's my first thing is like I feel like I don't have enough information.
Okay.
Okay.
So he I guess left a couple of comments towards other people. One person asked harassment, like towards like the grandma. Well, he says lurking outside my home, waiting to catch me going to work. So the grandma was outside just. Well, anyway, how did she get in at all? Broken door jab, broken windows. Yeah. The audacity of that person is astounding. And he replies back, my deadbolt was broken, so I was only locking it from the inside when I was home. I was being stupid just locking the door. So it's just a little door lock, so she probably just took a credit card and went and popped it open,
So did she break and enter? Like, did she actually go through the house? Did they climb the 6-foot wall?
He said charges are being pressed for breaking and entering and trespassing.
Right, but it doesn't explain how she got into the house or got into the pool. I'm not saying that the mom is correct.
Oh, no, she's wrong 100%.
So my questions are, like, how did they get into the pool? When he found out that they were in the pool, did they have, like, a conversation? Like, why are you in my pool? What's happening?
Well, he said that he just called the police.
Right. Did they have a conversation? Was she civil to him. Like, I'm not saying it's right to go into someone's backyard, but and use their amenities, but how did she get back there?
I mean, either scale the wall with 5 small children, or she was able to get through the house through the front door, because he said that his deadbolt was broken, so he only locked it with just that.
Right.
Which that could be popped open with just a credit card, which is still breaking and entering into a home. Then at the very bottom, somebody asked, is this mom and kids a complete stranger, someone you know, a neighbor? They just randomly picked your house. I feel there is info missing here. He said, I have no clue who she is, and have never met her or the kids before this incident.
But he knows Granny.
He didn't say that.
So
the person just asked mom and kids.
So Granny was just waiting in the street when he came home or came out or whatever.
Her daughter's in jail.
Because the daughter's in jail.
So it sounds like, that probably the daughter told her mom, well, this is the house that we broke into. Can you ask them to drop the charges? So then probably the grandma went there. So he said he has no clue who she is or who the kids were before this incident. So, I mean, it's possible that they might have been flying like a drone around to figure out who has a pool, to see who has pools in their backyard. You don't know. You have no idea.
And that's the thing is like, I feel like there's not enough information here.
No matter what, if you came home to your house, exact same situation, a 6-foot stone wall, no way in unless you climb it over or through the house, and there was a family of 5 in your backyard swimming, what would you do?
Well, I would say, what are you doing in my backyard? And depending upon how that conversation went, I would either ask them to leave and never come back, or I would call the police if they're not willing to leave the house.
Well, let's say this. Let's say they actually did break into the home to get into your pool, and you asked them to leave. The only way for them to leave is to go through your home to leave. Are you going to let them go back into your home again to leave? No, I would not.
Well, if they broke into the house, see, this is the part that I don't know, is how did they get into the back? We don't know that.
That's the question.
That's a big question, I feel like, because yes, there might be a stone wall, but was there a place where they could get through and they didn't actually break into the house? So then it just becomes trespassing on their property and not breaking and entering. Like,
well, see, but if she was just trespassing, the cops will not arrest you for just trespassing. You would be trespassed from the property, that's how it works. And then if you come back, and then you can go for like a misdemeanor for trespassing. Since she got arrested, only way you get arrested is if you actually had a breaking and entering charge on top of the trespassing.
But is that just in our state, or is that in all states?
About the trespassing?
Yes. See, that's what you don't know. We don't even know what state they live in to know what their laws are.
Into a house or a business, it doesn't matter what state that's in. That's like a class A or B felony.
But we don't know.
That becomes a felony.
We don't know.
But trespassing is a misdemeanor after the police have to trespass. Well, actually, per the Constitution, you have to get trespassed first before you get charged with trespassing itself. You know.
But we don't have enough information to even know.
So that's questionable still. But so, is he wrong for making mom spend a weekend in jail? I vote no. He is not wrong. I would have done the exact same thing. Exact same thing.
I don't know. I don't know if I feel the same way, because, I mean, we don't know the context of what happened. There's just too many holes in the story.
So you say it's fine what she did.
No,
you should have just slapped her.
That's not what I said.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
You're putting words in my mouth.
No. So you don't think she should go to jail for trespassing and breaking into the house?
I didn't say that. If she broke and entered into the house, I say absolutely. Yes. She should go to jail.
Yes.
Because you're setting a terrible example for your children if you're breaking and entering into that house. You're still setting a bad example if you're trespassing, but you're not breaking and entering through the house. You're trespassing, which I feel like neither one are right, but I feel like that there are two different levels on that.
If she was just trespassing and that's it, no, she shouldn't go to jail. She should just be removed by the cops in an official trespassing like warning against her. Once you get that, you can't ever come back to that property ever again, because then it becomes like a Class C felony or something like that. I mean, if she just scaled the wall and jumped in, it's
not right.
Remove her and say, don't come back.
Right.
But if she broke into the house, or even if he forgot to lock the front door and walked in through the house,
right.
That's still jail.
I feel as though if the person went through the house in any capacity to get to the pool, that
Jail.
is breaking and entering.
Yep.
Because that is not,
okay.
That's not your residence.
That's not okay.
I do, however, have a different feeling on trespassing if they have gone into your yard.
Just jump the fence, pretty much.
Yes. I feel that there is a different level.
Yes. If it's just jumping the fence.
Correct.
So, I mean, that's when I'd say, don't come back again. And then the cops would warn them, too.
Right.
Officially warn them. So, so we do have the same opinion in that aspect.
Yes, in that aspect.
But since the mom was so brazen to do this, it probably wasn't the first time she's done something like this.
Well, you can't draw assumptions.
No, you can't. But for somebody to do something like this, it probably wasn't the first time. Maybe not to this extreme. It could have just been going to somebody's backyard to play on their playground.
But you can't draw assumptions.
You don't know. I don't know. So this one I think was pretty good because it kind of left it open-ended in a way where you make your own conclusions, and you heard her conclusion and my conclusion. What are your conclusions? What would you have done if this was your home, your pool, and you come home and you see 5 people in your pool that possibly broke into your house to go use your pool? What would you have done?